The guy said, I don't want to care. He went to the next client. Of course, I waited for him to finish with the next client. Now, after him getting done with the next client, I said, now, attend to my issue. You are the supervisor. You're the one in charge here. Yeah? The guy refused. He said, I will not work on you. That is what he said, verbatim. I said, now, these people can accuse me of anything and then go to their cameras and delete the footage. I started recording. As you will see, I'm going to release recordings part by part because these recordings are almost 1 hour. 1 hour of me being at URA when no one was caring. Yeah? 1 hour of being at URA when no one was caring whether they are just doing their own things, they are on their phones, and this is a department that works 247. Yeah? And next, I'm going to release the footage. URA must come out and dissociate itself from the actions of this officer. Ejjude must face disciplinary actions because he threw me into prison. Yeah? He called the army, and the army couldn't listen to my part. Actually, the army commander was like, according to what you have done no crime. But for us, we are the army. Yeah? We don't deal with civilians here. What we can do is to hand you over to police, but I see you have no case. Yeah? Ejjude called the army, machinated them, and they arrested me, and I was thrown into prison. Police called Ejjude to appear, and because he was the one putting allegations against me, before they could arrest me and detain me, because I was detained at URA for about 3 hours. Yeah, I was detained under military detention at URA for 3 hours. Yeah, after military detention, and that is when they handed me over to police because they intimidated me, saying that I have to delete the footage from my camera. But that was the only evidence I had against them that I was not violent. I was not violent, and I'm a citizen, I'm a Ugandan, and I need services. And I was not there for nothing. I had gone, I wanted to pay taxes. Yeah? When you want to be tax compliant, they don't want to assess you. When you don't have the money, they will come after you. Is this the Uganda that we have to live in? Yeah? Mr. Rujoki, come out and disassociate URA from the actions of the dubious officers. Come out and distance yourself from the actions of Ejjude at DPC. Come out and defend the image of URA. Come out and disassociate and distance yourself from the dubious acts of certain officers. Not all officers. There are officers that have helped me. There are officers that are still helping me. Yeah, without giving them money. Yeah, and an officer will, but there are these officers that are heads of departments that are fleecing clients, that are not allowing business. I have the footage, and I'm going to release this footage part by part until the 1 hour and about 30 minutes of my stay at URA. You be there sitting there requesting and begging, you are on your knees, but no one will listen to you. No one will listen to you. When you are on your knees, no one will listen to you. URA, come, because I'm going to proceed and sue Ejjude and also sue URA for vicarious liability and for vicarious liability, of course. But URA and Ejjude, you must check yourself from this uncouth behavior. The behavior of certain URA officers is very uncouth and becoming. How do you detain a client who has come to pay taxes? How do you detain a client and imprison him? You reach at police, they ask you the charges you're laying against this client, and you don't have them. But you have the machinery to detain clients. Illegally, illegal detention, under military detention. You are detaining a client under military detention. I'm a civilian, but I was detained by the army at URA. Yeah? We cannot, as Ugandans, we cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. URA must do better. URA must come out and defend itself against the actions of the dubious officers. I'm going to release this footage one by one, and effective now. Now, URA must come out and defend itself against the actions of the dubious officers, against the actions of people who are malicing its image, if at all it has an image to defend. Yeah? URA must disassociate, otherwise they are making people to become like animals, to go out looking for one another. The military detained me saying that it was detaining me for my own safety. For my own safety against who? Against the URA officer? Does he have a gun that he was going to shoot me? Someone who wanted services? Someone who was tax compliant? I only want to be tax compliant and I only want to be to pay taxes. Yeah? What is the crime in paying taxes? What is the crime in paying taxes? Tell us, are we criminals because we want to pay taxes? Are we criminals because we are tax compliant? Is this the Uganda that we are going to be in? Is this the Uganda that we are going to live in? URA must come out and defend itself against the actions of Edwin. This is how I went to prison by URA, by a URA officer. This is how he threw me into jail to evade responsibility. But I want to call upon URA. If at all you don't condone these acts of URA officers fleecing you citizens, fleecing Ugandans, please disassociate from them. Yeah? Because there is one URA officer called Edwin. He's a supervisor at DPC. Now, how does DPC work? DPC is the department of URA that gives taxes for customs. For every import, every export, it goes through this department of URA. Now, when you want an assessment to be given, it is this department that will give you that assessment to go and pay, either a top-up or releasing an entry at IM7 so that you can be able to capture and pay the taxes. Now, I go. They delay to release this entry. And I'm incurring damage per day of $100 for the container. $100 every day. But these people are not concerned at all. So, I go to URA. I tell this officer, of course, there was no one. I found no one was there. Yeah, and this department, they say it works 247, 360 days a year. Because that is what it must do, because people are paying taxes day and night, and these people have to be there to collect those taxes. Now I reach there. When I reach at URI, I find no one there. So because I found no one, I was curious. And you see, this is a public office. People go there. You can't say that I'm a taxpayer and I'm not allowed to come to URA. If at all you can collect money from me, but you don't allow me to come to where you are, what is that? Yeah? I phoned the officer. I told him, officer, I need my entry to be released. And the values you have given me are exorbitant, are quite above the average, because if you are paying 2.37 and you have given me 9.87, it's a big difference. Yeah? 2.37 dollars per kilogram, and for you have given me $9.87 per kilogram. It is unfair. Yeah? It is unfair. So these people want to subject you to pressure so that you say, I'm now open for negotiation. How much am I giving you? Yeah? So, but because I was already frustrated from the values that were given to me, what did I do? I showed the officer my evidence that the values are here, and these values are public knowledge. Yeah, and these values are given even on the URA portal. These values are given there because these values are public information. They are accessible by all Ugandans. Yeah.